Hi, everybody. Happening in Fulton. The COVID-19 crisis continues to be a top priority for county leaders. Fulton County Manager Dick Anderson joins us now with more. Sir, welcome back.
Hi, Shania. It's great to be with you again.
All right, first things first, what are the trends for COVID-19 in our county, and has there been any improvement?
Well, the good news is there has been some improvement. So our daily new case rate has dropped almost in half from 785 down to 380. However, I say that with a little bit of caution because if you looked back at January and December, we had 30,000 new cases. And back in the summer, when we really thought we were having a spike in a 2-month period of time, we had 17,000. So you can see this is a second wave, but perhaps a third wave, but it's certainly much more serious than it was this summer. Also, our death rates are increasing, and that's what we're most concerned about. So we continue to focus on the basics. Hand sanitization, wearing a mask, staying 6 feet apart, all of those continue to be important, and we continue to emphasize those with our messaging to our community. But fundamentally, we're moving into another phase with vaccines on the horizon and beginning to become available. So that is the good news. And again, with some down trend that we're on right now, I have expectations that we're turning the corner.
And with the focus shifting to the vaccines, are we still doing COVID-19 testing?
We are still doing COVID testing, and sometimes there's a mistaken belief that testing and vaccines are mutually exclusive. They really are not, because for a number of months, still well into the future, we will be doing testing. And the reason for that is simple. The vaccines will take a while to roll out. In the interim, everyone knowing their health status and taking appropriate precautions as well as seeking medical care if needed is very critical. Our demand for testing remains steady, about 6,000 per day across our sites as well as our partners such as healthcare systems like Grady Hospital. So testing remains and should remain into the future a key component of our strategy. What I would say also about testing is we continue to lead Georgia in all testing. We are now well past 1.4 million being administered. That represents about 22% of all the tests that have been administered in Georgia. And it truly has given our citizens an advantage because we continue to be below the case count that we were in Georgia at the beginning and even below what we should be as a percent of the population for Georgia. So testing continues to be important and will be for months to come.
And let's talk a little bit about the vaccines.
So the vaccines are really what our focus is. The good news on that is we are now getting into a mode where we can administer very effectively the vaccines that we are receiving. So each week we receive a new shipment on Monday. By Tuesday, those shipments are deployed to our 3 primary centers, which are 4700 North Point, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and Aviation Center. And then by the end of the week, we have used more than 80% of the vaccines that we have on hand. In fact, in a couple of cases, we've run out of vaccines midweek and actually gone to the state for an emergency resupply. Secondly, our reservation system has settled down. I won't say it's the best, but what it does allow citizens to do now is get on a wait list, be contacted by us vis-a-vis email, and then register on that system for an appointment. So that is working. We are still waiting for a state overall system to be delivered, and we believe that that will happen during the month of February, and that will enhance our ability to make appointments longer term than just the following week. However, one thing that's still critical, of course, is the receipt of the vaccines. As I mentioned, we get receipts on a weekly basis. We do not have the ability at this point to project into the future for the next month or the next 2 months the number of vaccines that we will receive. Therefore, we cannot schedule in advance because it would only lead to the potential of multiple cancellations if vaccines were not delivered. So we still have to take this a week at a time. But what I, again, would say, we're leading all of the metro counties in terms of the vaccines that have been delivered thus far. And again, we're doing I think, an excellent job at these sites. And by the way, I think these sites are the harbinger of things to come. This is the way that we became the leader in testing, is having significant sites. Mercedes-Benz probably looks like the State Farm of voting for vaccines because we've already been talking to the leadership there. I really want to compliment the leadership of the Falcons and Atlanta United, and specifically Steve Cannon, the CEO, who's very involved. In fact, their aspirational goal is to build a site that can do 15,000 vaccines per day, not per week, but per day. And so as vaccines again become available, I think that'll be key, but also our mobile capabilities that we used in testing will also be key. So all of those things that we've built over the last year will be brought to bear on vaccine distribution.
Fulton County Manager Dick Anderson, always a pleasure, sir. Thanks again for your time.
Well, again, thank you very much. We're very pleased to be able to communicate to the larger audience in this way. And again, just know that we are 24/7 thinking through how best to continue what we've been doing in testing, ramp up vaccines, and deliver community support, all of which have been our hallmark during this last year. And we've been a leader in Georgia as well as I would say nationally in doing so. So we remain committed and will stay the course.
Now, to get more details on what Fulton County is doing related to COVID-19 testing or the vaccines, please visit the Fulton County website. Well, that's just some of what's happening in Fulton. To stay connected with us, check us out online. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also check us out on our YouTube channel, so please do us a favor and subscribe. Well, that does it for this edition. Thank you so much for watching. Watch us daily for news around and about Fulton County.